Yo, for legal reasons, the story you're about to hear is a work of fiction and untrue. Thank you and enjoy the video. What's poppin'? I'm back doing another story time. You guys can probably expect a lot of these from me in the coming future, but anyway. Today I'm going to be telling the story of the time I basically got caught smoking red-handed in class and got away with it. So, basically, I don't remember what was going on this day. I just remember this happened sometime like November, December during my senior year of high school. So this would have been like 2018. And I'm hanging out with this guy named Evan. Now, if you heard my last story, you probably already have a couple of clues about how I feel about Evan. But anyway, we were still pretty cool at this point. So we're hanging out at lunch, and he tells me, "Oh, we can go hang out at Mr. Smith's classroom. You know, Mr. Smith's pretty chill." And Mr. Smith was like I just knew him as the the tech theater teacher. Basically, he handled a lot of like theater stuff. I know Mabel had like a class with them, but anyway. So we go to Mr. Smith's room, and the kids that would hang out in Mr. Smith's room during lunch, a lot of them were fucking menaces, to say the least. And you'd often see kids sitting in this class fucking, hitting their vapes or hitting whatever, but they'd be discreet about it. So, and keep in mind, I never had Mr. Smith. This guy did not know my name. So, but I'm sitting in the back of this classroom with Evan, and I had a wax pen with me, and this was like right during the beginning when I started like smoking a lot of carts, and so I had this cart with me. I'm fucking hitting it, and I like zero a couple hits, and then I don't know what drove me to do this. Probably just like being baked and being stupid, but and Evan, keep in mind, Evan like was really like anti-smoking. I don't know why we were even hanging out at this point. It was really strange. But anyway, so I'm like sitting in the back of the room. I have my backpack on the table, and I'm just like sitting behind it. And Evan's like sitting there fucking looking all pissed off probably. And I puffed a little cloud towards him. And he got all mad, and he's like, "Yo, Mr. Smith saw that." And I poked my head out from behind my backpack, and he's staring right at us. And I look back at Evan, and I'm like, I was like, "Do you think he really saw that?" He's like, "Yes, of course." But for some reason, Mr. Smith didn't say a fucking word. He just sat at his desk, didn't say a thing to me. He just watched. He was just watching. So I'm thinking I'm in the clear at this point already. And I even I hung out in there, so lunch ended. At any point, he could have just called up a principal to come get me or something. He didn't do none of that. It was really weird. And but at one point during lunch, I was even hanging out towards the front of the room. I don't remember what was going on up there. And fucking Mr. Smith says, "Who are you?" But I didn't really think he was talking to me. He's said it so I don't know, this guy had no fucking backbone, to say the least. So he says, "Who are you?" I just fucking ignore him because I don't even realize he's talking to me. I go to my next class, and I'm sitting in this class till about maybe 10-20 minutes in, and I get a text message from Evan, and he's like, "Bro, they're looking for you." I'm like, "Huh? The fuck you mean they're looking for me? What does that even mean?" He's like, "Yeah, they pulled me out of class, and I guess they searched Evan's bag and searched him, and they didn't find the pen, obviously, because he didn't fucking have it. And I don't know why. Honestly, this is probably one of the realest things Evan's ever done. He's done a lot of really fucked up shit that I'll probably get to in another video. But this is one of the times when I was actually appreciated him. He didn't tell him who I was. He didn't tell him my name. He didn't tell him shit. He was just "Oh, I don't know who that guy was." And they searched his bag, searched him, didn't find nothing, and that was that. But of course, I just get this text from Evan at the time that just says they're looking for me, and I start to panic. So I think I spent the rest of my 5th period like just panicking, and then I go to my 6th period, and the way where my 6th period was on the 1st floor. My good friend Mabel had a class right above that for him on the 2nd floor. So I fucking run up to the 2nd floor up there, and I find them, and I'm like, yo, you need to hold on to this. You fucking hit it as many times as you want. I don't care. Just fucking hold on to it. And they're like, what? What's going on? And I'm like, they're looking for me. And like, I probably explained it better than that, but I basically just told them what was going on. Then I went back down to where my class was. Get out of school. I never got pulled out of class. Nothing happened. And go beat up with Mabel again. And I'm like, so did you hit that pen at all? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, you could have. They like, I think they said something like, well, why would I do that in class? And I'm like, was thinking, you go in the bathroom, like always. But anyway, I mean, I guess I appreciated that they didn't hit my fucking pen that I gave them to hold on to. So either way, so I took it back, fucking went home. And that's not even where this story ends. You'd think it ends there. But I get home, fucking enjoy the rest of my day, whatever. Wake up the next day, go to school. And obviously I'm pretty sure I didn't bring the pen with me because of the previous day's events. And I get to my 2nd period. This is a digital arts class. And the reason I'm mentioning that is just because Mr. Smith, being like the tech theater teacher, you know, he and the digital arts teacher, they were pretty good friends. They often talk. He came in a few times this class, I think, before this. But anyway, so I get to my 2nd period, and I'm just like sitting. Oh, and the way this classroom was laid out is everyone would sit like along the edge of the room, and there's like Mac computers all along the edge of the room. So we were all basically sitting with our backs to the teacher here most of the time. Anyway, Mr. Smith comes in this room, I presume just to ask my digital arts teacher to about something. I don't remember what, but I just remember at the time I was freaking out thinking, holy shit, you know, what if he at the time I knew he definitely wasn't necessarily there looking for me, most likely, because like I said, he had been in there a few times before for other reasons that weren't that. So I was in the clear there, but I was still worried that he would like recognize me even from behind, because like I have a pretty distinct hairstyle, and a lot of people, once they like know who I am, they can fucking recognize me from behind all the time. It happens fairly often. So if I remember correctly, I think I put my hood up because I was worried he was gonna recognize me and like be like, "Hey, you're that fucking kid I was fucking hitting the vape in my class." Fucking from the previous day, dude. Like I was tweaking, and like even after he left, I think I like got up. I forget what I did. I either dropped something or I walked into something, and fucking Mabel, once again, my good friend Mabel, actually sat next to me in this digital arts class, and all they said to me was, "You're a nervous wreck." And I don't remember what I replied. Probably something fucked up like, "Oh yeah, you're one to know." But yeah. So that was pretty much the end of that. Nothing came of this. Which I don't know how. Probably an act of God. That shit was crazy, dude.